Get NFL Sunday Ticket at its lowest price ever and watch every game every Sunday. Take your NFL experience to even greater heights with NFL Sunday Ticket Deluxe, which gives you Red Zone, bringing you the final yards from around the league along with minute-to-minute NFL fantasy updates. Call us at 601-8992 to sign up today.
Parents are outraged after students are sent home from yet another school in New Providence.
Bring his chair from his office for my child to sit in.
Meantime, the education minister suspects sabotage at Uriah McPhee. We'll explain. The stolen Olympic gold medal has been found and a suspect arrested. Plus, a lucky Cable Bahamas customer is headed to St. Lucia. I'm Nakia DeVoe, and this is NB12. Everyone, thanks for joining us here at Cable 12 Studios. Here are the stories coming out of the NB12 newsroom. As education and union officials continue to spar over health concerns at Uriah McPhee and Stephen Dillett primary schools, teachers at a third public school here in New Providence staged a sit-in today. Teachers at Carlton Francis Primary School in southern New Providence reported to work this morning but refused to enter classrooms. Citing teacher shortages and broken furniture, young children are forced to sit in. As Vonig 2 tells us, those teachers have the full support of parents.
First, it was Stephen Dillett and Uriah McPhee. Today, it's Carlton Francis Primary School. Parents pulled their kids out of school this morning after learning that teachers were staging a sit-in. However, frustrated parents are standing behind those teachers, saying they should not have to work in this environment.
We need to cut the Minister of Education. We need to cut his salary because he ain't doing his job. You understand me? Let's stand and cut his salary. Our teachers out here standing for our kids. And we who feels it knows. So tell him, bring his chair from his office for my child to sit in. Bring his desk from his office for my child to sit at.
As a group of teachers at Carlton Francis stood behind the school gates, about 20 angry parents stood on the other side, demanding that the Ministry of Education address myriad concerns, including a teacher shortage, insufficient desks and chairs, molding classrooms, an improper drainage system, and no pedestrian crossing.
First 3 weeks of school and we find teacher shortages out the roof. Teachers having to be taken to hospital, people for high blood pressure and different things happening. We have to do something about it. And we want our children to have the best environment. Our teachers are standing here today because they want to teach. This is not a lazy staff. These are workers. These are good teachers. And so we're just here asking for them to step forward and get these things done. Bring the people in.
One frustrated father stormed onto campus and brought out these broken plastic chairs he claims second graders are forced to sit in. He placed them in the middle of the road.
You see those chairs? You see all the prongs sticking out? Could you imagine what kind of injury a child can get? Not to mention, they said they have mold in the classrooms. They have only PE teachers. They don't have no specialist teachers to relieve the teachers. So the teachers got to be switching from class to class. So some classes are unattended.
Now is the time, and we have to stand together.
The school has over 1,000 students, but just 46 teachers. As a result of the teacher shortage, Shelley Anderson, whose son is in the second grade, says he hasn't done any schoolwork since schools opened 3 weeks ago.
Every day I pick him up from school. I ask him, what did you do in school? Or you look in his book, there is nothing. He said, Mommy, they take me to the library and we watch movie. I'm asking Mr. Fitzgerald because this is not affecting you, but it's affecting my child.
Parents say teachers and students shouldn't have to endure these challenges, considering Education Minister Jerome Fitzgerald declared during his August 27th tour of schools that public schools were ready.
We see no issues with the opening of schools. The schools are prepared. We're finalizing the painting this week and the cleaning of the grounds. And we have no major issues from that standpoint. The teachers will be in place as well.
Today, Fitzgerald told NB12 that he directed Education Director Lionel Sands to visit the school and meet with teachers to discuss their concerns. As for complaints about insufficient furniture,
we have just distributed quite a bit of furniture, and we have more furniture on order. I just got approval from Cabinet about 3 weeks ago for about $800,000 worth of new furniture for the schools, which we will distribute. And so from time to time we do have these issues that unfortunately schools have to deal with.
after hearing promises for years, teachers say they're tired of talking, they want results, and they plan to stay out until they get them. Reporting for NB12, I'm Vonik Toot.
Well, police have been called in to investigate what Education Minister Jerome Fitzgerald has described as an act of sabotage at Uriah McPhee Primary School during a news conference today, during which he addressed lingering health concerns at Uriah McPhee and Stephen Dillett Primary Schools. Fitzgerald said the air conditioning unit at Uriah McPhee has been repeatedly damaged over the past week. He's now calling for a 24-hour security watch.
At Uriah McPhee, we are extremely concerned that persons are engaged in the act of sabotage of the ministry's air-conditioned units. We have reported the matter to the police today, and it appears that every day this week we have had an experience of damage to our units, which has caused us now to put the units at both schools on 24-hour security watch. It is unfortunate that it has come to this, but this appears to be the sort of action we have to take.
Fitzgerald says the Ministry of Education has spent tens of thousands of dollars this week repairing AC units and purchasing parts which he says were punctured. He says further repairs will be made today and tomorrow to ensure those units are fixed in time for Monday. He believes the culprits did their damage after school hours.
It happened tonight that air conditions are working quite fine when school is finished at the end of the day, and we check them in the evening time around about 7, and we've been doing that for the last couple of days. And when we return in the morning, there's an issue, 1, 2, 3, one day all of them were out. The security is not only will they be there, I want them stationed next to the air condition. And so the security apparently are there, but I've made a special request to add additional security to be in the areas where the air-conditioned units are.
The Education Minister says he was also extremely disappointed by pictures Bahamas Union of Teacher President Belinda Wilson was seen holding up outside Stephen Dillett yesterday, showing the state of that school.
It's just unfortunate, as I said, that it has gone to that, but I am extremely disappointed that as I said, the president would personally, at her level and the position she holds, be outside of a school gate handing out pictures which she knows quite well, pictures that were taken over a week ago.
Now, Fitzgerald says he visited Stephen Dillett this morning and invited parents of students at that school and Uriah McPhee to tour them on Monday morning to see firsthand the environment their kids are learning in. He added he is satisfied there is no risk to students or teachers. Well, meantime, Wilson is defending teachers in the wake of claims of sabotage at New Providence schools. Wilson says issues at local schools have escalated to the point where it is necessary to put egos aside and work on getting students and teachers back in the classrooms. Christina McNeil reports.
It's no secret that teachers have a host of issues they want the Ministry of Education to address, from mold in classrooms to dirty and malfunctioning AC units. But Bahamas Union of Teachers President Belinda Wilson says Education Minister Jerome Fitzgerald is flipping the script on teachers rather than fixing outstanding issues at schools like Stephen Dillett and Uriah McPhee and moving on.
I believe the Minister of Education, Mr. Fitzgerald, I think he's lost it, because he is now saying that persons have sabotaged the air-conditioned units, and I hope for his sake he's not pointing a finger at me or at any of my officers or any teachers. I hope for his sake.
Wilson says the union has reached an impasse with government regarding issues at Stephen Dillette and Uriah McPhee in particular. She says she hopes to get a response from the Department of Labor in regard to 6 trade disputes filed last week over health and safety issues at those schools. But she notes that the downside of the union's job is that whenever there are issues in schools, students are affected.
We're not happy about that, but there comes a time when you have to make a decision and you have to act. And if the posture of the minister or the persons at the Ministry of Education was not the way that it is, then we should have been able to, I would think, days ago, to sit down and have this matter resolved. We try very hard to keep our part of the bargain. We do. And whenever there's a need for disclosure, if there's information that we have, we try our best to get that information to the persons at the department and the Ministry of Education, because we know that if we have information that can assist them and they give us information that can assist us, with us working together, we will be able to resolve some of these matters in a timely manner.
However, Wilson says at times the union's concerns fall on deaf ears. As a result, she says she doesn't even know what to expect next week.
Just as simple as between yesterday and this morning, I can say to you that at least about 4 to 5 schools would have contacted me. Some here in New Providence and about 2 or 3 from the Family Islands stating, we don't have enough desks or chairs. We have a teacher shortage. We found mold. Even one of the shop stewards emailed the mold to me. I've already sent that information to the director from last night. So I would expect, let's say sometime today or tomorrow, to have a response, even if he would just say, I've received your information. I guarantee you I won't hear anything.
It would appear that Wilson has gone head-to-head with Fitzgerald over a range of issues lately. However, she says it is nothing personal. Rather, she's just doing her job. This as she challenged the ministry to make public the reports on the health and safety issues at the schools in question.
I must say this minister, for the first year, last year, May, actually to present, we've been working very closely together. But it seems to me as though over the last 2 weeks, he seems to have a problem when the union raises an issue and then we bring it to the public. He seems to be taking it personal, but it's not personal. And he needs to stop attacking me personally. It's not personal. I have a job to do. I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. I challenge him to produce the full report, untouched. Both reports, because there were 2 reports. So produce 2 full reports to the union and to the media so that the truth would be told and he can then shame the devil.
Reporting for NB12, I'm Christina McNeil.
Tragic news to report tonight. A man is dead after an early morning traffic accident on Carmichael Road. The victim, identified by family members as 47-year-old Jason Culmer, a father of 2, was killed after his green Honda SUV collided with a blue fuel truck that was driving in the opposite direction around 4:15 a.m. The victim was pronounced dead on the scene. However, the 37-year-old driver of the fuel truck was unharmed. Police are investigating this accident. Officers making another major drug bust, this time in the Ragged Island area. 2 men, a 51-year-old and a 48-year-old, were brought to New Providence yesterday and are now in custody after police, in a joint operation with U.S. law enforcement officials, found them with a large quantity of drugs. Police seized 76 large packages of suspected marijuana in Rick Key around 3:50 Wednesday. The estimated weight of the drugs is about 1,698 pounds with a street value of over $1 million. Well, here's some good news for Olympic gold medalist Demetrius Pinder. His gold medal has been recovered. Bradenton, Florida police arrested the man suspected of stealing the medal, 22-year-old Alan Jeffrey Nichols, at his home yesterday. The medal was not in his possession at that time, but Florida police later found the $1,000 medal. The 22-year-old Nichols was charged with grand theft. Police are still investigating to determine if anyone else was involved in the theft. The gold-plated medal was stolen on September 11th from Pinder's truck that was parked outside of his Bradenton apartment. He said he carries the medal everywhere with him and accidentally left it in the center console. Pinder won the medal at the London 2012 Olympics in the men's 4x400 meters. Well, that's great news for all of us here at home as well.